Did you know that if you do not watch the first 30 seconds of an ad, that the video content creator doesn't get paid for that? Now, I understand about ads, and I hate them myself, but it's how some of us content creators make a little money on the videos that we do. And if you want to help support your video content creators, if you don't mind, at least watch the first 30 seconds of an ad. Now, I know some of them are quite boring, and I get it. I understand. And if you don't want to, I understand that too. But it would help the content creators if you would just give us 30 seconds of ad time. You know, regular TV has all those commercials, and sometimes those commercials, you watch 10 minutes of a movie and 15 minutes of commercials, it seems like. I know it's not that much, but it sure seems like it sometimes. But anyway, what I'm getting at is, if you don't mind, give your content creator a little support by watching the ads. It helps us out. Now, the second part has to do with the folks that use DoorDash and Uber Eats and apps like that where you can order food online. And it has to do with the customer tips. Did you know we're using our cars and the wear and tear, the gas, our time, which, you know, that's fine. But it's the wear and tear and the gas. We don't get a gas allowance from DoorDash or whoever. And if you go in there and you physically remove the tip on DoorDash, you have to physically go in there and remove the tip. And do you realize that sometimes when you do that, that could make the drivers not take that order? Because it pops up for everybody. I'm just trying to let y'all know what's going on that. It pops up for everybody, and if it comes across at $2.50, I realize you're paying fees to use this service, but we don't see that. We see on DoorDash, the general base pay is $2.50 in most areas. Sometimes it's $3, sometimes it's $2, but it's not much. And if we get an order and it's like a mile or 2 or 3 miles, 4 miles, and there's no tip, I'm not even going to consider it. I'm going to hit decline. And it's not because I don't want to get you your food. And $2.50 is $2.50, and I realize we're the ones that signed up for this, to do this type of work and all that. I get that. And I understand where you're coming from, where you're thinking that the cost of ordering is so much. But if you can afford to do that, then what's the extra $2 or $3 for the driver? You know, and I'm not just saying that for the driver's benefit. I'm saying that for your benefit. Do you realize that, like I said, if I get an order that says $2.50, I'm not going to go pick that order up. Somebody will eventually, but that's the problem. Eventually. In the meantime, your food is sitting over on a counter or on a shelf or whatever, getting cold. Your drinks the ice is melting and your drinks are getting watered down. And you know, it's going to have some cooling down and stuff just from the time it gets picked up to the time you get it. But imagine it sitting on the shelf for 10 to 15, maybe 20 minutes before a driver accepts that order. Do you really want that? I don't think so. And you may be thinking, well, it's not right for that application or this DoorDash to say whether I'm going to tip or not. That's my choice. I get that too. But it's the driver's choice whether to take that order or not. And I'm picking mainly at DoorDash because DoorDash is, honestly, it's the biggest platform for this type of service. And but the same thing applies for Uber Eats and Bite Squad and Grubhub, and the rest of them. If you want faster service, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get faster service, because a lot of that depends on the business too. But it's almost a guarantee that if you take that tip away, or if you don't leave a tip, or if you leave such a minute tip that it doesn't really entice the driver to accept that order, odds are that order is going to sit on the shelf. I thought I'd share that with you. And I get, you want to see what kind of service you get before you tip. I get that. I understand that 100%. And I'm with you. The problem is, the driver is the one that has the opportunity whether to take that order or to decline that order. And if there's no tip on it, like I said, most of them are going to decline that order. And eventually that DoorDash herself will add like 50 cents or whatever each 5 minutes or every 2 or 3 minutes that it doesn't get picked. I'm not sure how that part of it works, but I know it'll slowly increase until somebody takes that order. But how long does your food sit on that shelf? Just think about it. Just throw that tip to the driver and get your food a little quicker. Like I said, there's no guarantee of that because business could be really busy. And it takes time for a driver to get to the restaurant to pick up your food and get it to you. And if they've got 3 or 4 orders in front of that, that happens. But the majority of the time, your order is going to get picked up quicker if you leave a tip. I just thought I would share that with you. In today's video, what I was trying to cover is number 1, if you watch YouTube videos, watch at least 30 seconds of that ad. It helps the creator. There's ad blockers and all that. So some people don't even see the ads. Some do. And if you do, watch the video or watch the ad for 30 seconds or so. And number 2, please tip your driver. Don't take the tip away. If they give really bad service, Uber Eats, for instance, you can take the tip away. But remember, even though, pay attention to when that driver picks up that order and then how long it takes them to get that order to you. If you placed your order 30 minutes ago and you're getting aggravated because there's not a driver there to pick that order up, that's not, say, my fault as a driver if I didn't see that order come up. So pay attention to when that order gets accepted by a driver and base your tip thoughts, or if you're considering taking the tip away because it's taking so long, base it on that. Like I said, you may have placed your order 30 minutes ago, but I may have just now got your order just from Uber Eats, and it would say it was 2 minutes ago, and I'm heading straight to the restaurant. You can watch that, you can tell, you can see. When your order gets accepted by a driver, you can see when the driver gets to the restaurant, when the driver marks it as picked up, and when it's on the way. So look at that. Don't look at the big picture, and don't blame the driver for Uber Eats or DoorDash or whoever. Look at when they get that order picked up and how long it takes them to get it there. And if it takes them a while, and you can see they're going here and going there and there and there and all over the place, and they're not getting your food, I am a 100% take the tip away. That's not tip baiting. Some drivers want to call that tip baiting. That's not tip baiting. That's doing the job that you should be, as a driver, doing the job that you should be doing. Pick up your customer's food and get it to them. Things do happen. Traffic may get backed up, but there's no excuse to go to another restaurant or go by another house, or whatever. If you're going to pick up a person's food, get it and take it to them. And that's the way I look at it. Don't rate your delivery driver's actions by other delivery drivers. And if they really messing up bad, take the tip away. I get it. give them a 1-star rating, whatever. But just keep all that in mind. The biggest thing is offer the tip, and if they don't fulfill what you feel like they should and they're deserving of that tip, then don't tip again or take that tip away. If you can't take the tip away, give them a 1-star rating, because their ratings drop down and that influences their ability to be able to be a driver. This was just a FYI, not necessarily for the gig workers like myself out there, because that's who the majority of these videos get watched by, is other workers just like me. But this video was primarily focusing towards the customer and a little bit trying to explain to some of the newer drivers as to why things might happen the way they happen. It's just the way it is. So I'm going to share this on Facebook as well. And I might ask you if you feel like some other people outside of the gig economy workers, gig tubers and gig workers, if you feel like somebody else might want to hear this or see this, share it on your Facebook. Share it on your, I don't know if you can share stuff like this on Instagram. I don't do Twitter and Instagram, but I do Facebook occasionally. And I know I can share this video on Facebook, so I ask you to do that too. Let's get the word out. If you're not a gig tuber, you know, a gig worker that does YouTube, and you're just a gig worker, understand that you need to watch so many seconds of a video before the gig tuber gets paid for the ads on the videos. It's hard to get monetized on YouTube. It's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. That's a lot, and it takes a lot to get there. And it's a lot of work, but most of us who do it enjoy doing it, and we enjoy helping. And you can help us by just watching 30 seconds of a commercial. You don't have to watch it every time. Just occasionally. It helps. And for the people using the apps to order food, don't take the tips away. And be sure to tip the driver so you can get your food and it's not sitting on a shelf. Like I said, there's no guarantee of that. But odds are your order is going to get picked up quicker if you do have a tip on there. And that's all I got for today. I know it's not much to it, and it's irrelevant to some people, but some people it may make them think, Anyway, I'm going to get to work, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day or a night, whatever it is. Y'all keep smiling, keep dashing and dancing and prancing and just doing something, because you're going to grow old if you sit around and do nothing. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.